Hari bol. Am I audible? Okay, thank you, Shyam. Thank you so much. Thank you, Taruni. Okay, great. Jai Jagannath! Everyone at your end, please shout loudly. Jai Jagannath! Come on, one, two, three. I would like to hear that. Come on. One, two, three. Jai Jagannath! Baldev Subhadra Maiya ki Jai! Rath Yatra Maha Mahotsav ki Jai! All right. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see who all have joined. Yogesh, Daksha, Piyush, Annu, Balram. Great going. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining on this special occasion of Rath Yatra. So Rath Yatra, before we go ahead and talk about what we plan to do in next 6 days, like we are going to do, as you're aware of, what are the 6 days, like Friday, and then we have Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and again on next Monday. This is how we have been, we are going to do the 6 days Jagannath, these pastimes. So how we are going to cater this for 6 days? Every day we are going to do 5 different categories. First, the Rath Yatra and Jagannath Puri related, Dham related stories and their importance and significance. Second, we are going to also do on Rajapur ISKCON Jagannath Ji's pastime. Third, we are going to talk about Lord Jagannath Ji's devotees pastimes, and next would be around, we would be also talking about what are the different stories which happened within ISKCON Jagannath Ji's when he came in ISKCON. What are the different activities or different pastimes he did in within ISKCON? And lastly, we will also do some activities for all the students. Okay, good to go? Yes, no? Yes, okay, thank you. Request everyone if you can keep your videos on so that it would be nice to interact with all of you. I can see your name, Sham, Taruni, Mokshit, rest, Yogesh, if you can, if possible, you can keep your videos on. Yogesh, Krisha, Piyush, Anu, Balram, thank you. All right, so couple of things before I hand it over to Daksha Mataji, who would be talking about what is the significance and importance of Rath Yatra, a very special story which is of Indradyumna Swami Maharaj, King Indradyumna, and even how Rohini Mata talked about how this Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maiya form came up. All right. So before that, couple of things which I would like to share. Jagannath Ji's, when we talk about Jagannath Ji's pastimes, you have to keep your logic aside. Okay, you may think how this may happen or how that may happen. So this is a love space. Okay, there is a, we talk about love space and some other space. So love space means what? When let's take an example of a prime minister or a president. When he goes out, so he will do some official activities, right? Official activities, he may do some official um, um, uh, some official work. But when he comes back at home, like there might be a grandchild or a grandson, he would climb on that prime minister or he would climb on the president, right? He would do a very lovingly pastime or a lovingly relationship when the president or a prime minister comes home, right? Similarly, when we talk about Jagannath, it's just a love space. So there is a wonderful pastimes, very loving, very beautiful pastimes of Lord Jagannath between the devotees. Okay, that's one. Second, me, myself, and Daksha Mataji, we are just trying to share some stories, some glorification of Lord Jagannath. Is like when we deep dive in a ocean, whether we will able to whether we will able to understand what the entire ocean is all about, or just for example, if a bird is trying to map the whole sky or is trying to understand what the whole sky is, he will not, right? So similarly we are doing our small effort to glorify Lord Jagannath. So we will pray before we start, to pray to Jagannath ji that they give us some strength so that we glorify whatever little bit from our side. Thank you. With that, I would hand over to Daksha Mataji, who is going to talk about the importance and the significance of Rath Yatra and the story around Rath Yatra. Thank you so much. Over to you, Daksha Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Gopal Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, kids. So happy to be with you all. Jai Jagannath. Wish you all a very happy Rath Yatra. May Lord Jagannath bless you all. So let us begin today's session. We start with our prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utaha Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitham Tham Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So now, without wasting any time, we will start with today's session. So we'll talk about Lord Jagannath. So first, I would like to ask you all, what do you all know about Lord Jagannath, about Jagannath Puri Dham? So can you all put it in the chat box? What is the significance? What aspect of Lord Jagannath? Anyone in the chat box, please? You all can put in the chat box whatever you know. In one word, one sentence. Okay, no one. All right. So let me speak then. So the deity of Lord Jagannath, it is a very unique deity. It is a very unique form of Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna, he specially appeared in Kali Yuga as Lord Jagannath. Why? To deliver the most fallen souls, to deliver his devotees. So Lord Jagannath, he is so merciful that he accepts worship from one and all, from each and everyone, whether he is a Brahmana, whether he is a Kshatriya, Shudra, Vaishya, dog eater, anyone, he accepts the worship from all. And you know, children, the deity of Lord Jagannath is not of this age. So which age is this? This there are 4 ages, right? So Satyuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, and Kali Yuga. So what is this age? Can anyone say what is this age in the chat box? Which age is this? Kali Yuga. Yes, Pooja is saying Kali Yuga. So this is Kali Yuga, right? So, but the deity of Lord Jagannath has not appeared in this age. It has not appeared in Kali Yuga. The deity of Lord Jagannath is very old. So it has appeared in the Satyuga, and it appeared on the day of Snan Purnima. We just celebrated about 15 days back. So the significance of Jagannath Puri, there are many significance, but the first one is the Rath Yatra, the cart festival, chariot festival. So Lord Jagannath, he is the only form of the Lord who enjoys a public ride. And no one ever has done this, right? He is most merciful. And you know what? He does not come alone. He comes along with his brother, Balramji, he comes along with his sister Subhadraji. So tell me, what do you do when you are sick? When you are sick, what do you do? Where do you go? Whom do you visit? You visit the doctor, right? So, and when you're more sick, when you're really sick and you can't go, then what happens? The doctor comes home, right? So Lord Jagannath, he is our doctor and we are his patients. So those who are sick, they understand that they need to go to a doctor. Similarly, those who have little faith, those who have little faith in the Lord, they go to the temple to meet the Lord, to take his darshan, to take prasad. But those who are supremely diseased, what happens to them? The doctor comes home, right? So that means those who are faithless, they don't go to the temple. And so much so that they don't realize also, they don't have any idea also about the Lord. And they do not even realize that they are diseased. So for them, what does the Lord do? The Lord, he is so merciful that he comes out to see them on the occasion of Rath Yatra. Also, we know that there are restrictions in the temple of Lord Jagannath. So some people, they're not allowed to enter the temple. But our Lord Jagannath, he is very merciful. And, you know, he's the Lord of the universe. So Jagannath decided, fine, if they are not coming, let me go out for them. So that is why, to bless the faithless, to give darshan to those who are not allowed in the temple, Lord Jagannath, he comes out of the temple once a year on this day, which is known as the Rath Yatra day. So, the chariot of Lord Jagannath is very special. There are 3 different chariots. So one for Lord Jagannath ji, one for Balram ji, and one for Subhadra ji. So, you know, and all these chariots, they have different names and they have different color cloth and all. So we will speak about the chariot of Lord Jagannath ji. So Lord Jagannath ji, his chariot's name is, he has 3 names for his chariot. Some call Nandi Ghosh or Garud Dwaja or Kapi Dwaja. And then the color of the cloth of Lord Jagannath ji's chariot is red and yellow. And and there are 16 wheels and it has 4 horses and the color of the horse is white. And the rope also has name. The rope of Lord Jagannath ji's chariot, it is known as Shankhachuda. So similarly, Lord Balram ji's chariot, it is called Taladwaja. And the color of the cloth of Lord Balram ji's chariot is red and green. And it has about 14 wheels and 4 horses, and the color of the horses is black. And similarly, Subhadra Devi's chariot, the name of her chariot is, she also has 3 names to her chariot. So one is Devadalanan, one is Darpadalan, and one is Padmadwaja. So these are the 3 names of Lord Subhadraji's chariot. And the color of the cloth is red and black, and it has 12 wheels, and it has 4 horses, and the color of the horses is red. So this was the details about the chariots of Lord Jagannath ji, Baldev ji, and Subhadra ji. Now the second aspect that everybody knows is the eyes of the Lord. Lord Jagannath ji, he never sleeps. The temple of Jagannath Puri, it is closed for about 2 hours during the day, and that too, it is for the benefit of the devtas and the demigods and the Gandharvas. So those 2 hours they are reserved for them, where when they come to him, they see him, they take his darshan, they make nice offerings to him, they dance for him, and they offer delicious bhoga to the Lord. So even when the temple is closed, like he is not resting, he is accepting all the offerings of the devtas. And and Lord Jagannath, his eyes are big, and his eyes doesn't have eyelids only. And this is the only form of the Lord who is so sweet that he wants to see his devotees without a blink. So Lord Jagannath is so rather than the devotees, Lord Jagannath is eager to see his devotees. So he does not want to miss even a single person. So that is why he has big eyes, and his eyes are like they are circular and they are not like lotus leaf. You know why? Because Lord Jagannath, Lord Jagannath, he wants to see everywhere all the time, and his eyes are like magnifying glasses. It is like a magnifying glass, and he sees. You know why? Because he sees only the good qualities of his devotees, and he does not see if किसी devotee ने अगर कुछ wrong किया, he doesn't see that. He doesn't like to see that. He will just see the good qualities in his devotees, and that too, and that good quality he will see in a very magnified way. So this is about the eyes of Lord Jagannath ji. Now I would like to speak about the first Rath Yatra. So the first Rath Yatra, can you all guess when did it happen? Any guesses? When did the first Rath Yatra take place? Any guesses? Okay, no guesses. Fine. So the first Rath Yatra, it took place when Krishna was present on this earth. It took place during the Dwapar Yuga. So there is a very nice, sweet pastime related to this. So when Krishna, he was in Vrindavan. He was in Vrindavan for almost 11 years. And after that, he went to Mathura, and and from Mathura, he never came back. So one time there was a solar eclipse, and people from all over Bharatvarsha, from all over India, during the solar eclipse, people they visit different holy places to take baths, to perform certain rituals, so that they can earn pious credit. Okay, so the Yadavas from Mathura, they also went to Panchak Tirth, means Krishna and all his family members, all the Yadavas, they all went to Panchak Tirth, and this Panchak Tirth is at Kurukshetra. And all the Vrindavan Vasis also came there. Everyone came. Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, the gopis, the gopas, everyone came. And Krishna also came there, along with his brother Balramji and sister Subhadraji. And the Vrajvasis, they were always feeling separation from Krishna. And because of that, they were always in anxiety due to separation from Krishna. So when they saw Krishna at Kurukshetra, they were so happy to see Krishna after such a long time. And they literally started crying. They shed tears of happiness. And so the gopis, they always wanted Krishna to be dressed as they liked him to be dressed as a cowherd boy. And they wanted to see him once again like a cowherd boy. And they just wanted to take him back to Vrindavan. So what did they invited him, okay, please come to Vrindavan, and Krishna, he accepted also the invitation, and then he sat on his chariot along with Balramji and Subhadraji. And so when Krishna boarded the chariot, you know what the Vrajvasis did? They were so happy, their joy was beyond description, and they started pulling the chariot. And while pulling the chariot, the Vrajvasis, they started shouting Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath. And this was the very first time Krishna was called Jagannath. You know what is the meaning of Jagannath? Jagannath means the Lord of the universe. So this is how the first Yatra took place during the Dwapar Yuga while Krishna was present. Now again, I want to tell you a very interesting story. This is the story. It is a time when the Shabara community, they used to visit Neel Madhav. So Vishwavasu, he was the head of the Shabara community, And so one time he found a blue stone, and on seeing that blue stone, he felt so ecstatic, and he could literally feel the divinity of that stone. And he started worshipping that stone, and he named it as Lord Nilmadhav. So one time there was a king named Indradumna. He was the king of Avanti, and he was also a very great devotee of the Lord, and he desired to worship him. He desired to worship the Lord. So one day, by the arrangement of the Lord, uh, a devotee, he happened to come to King Indradumna's court, and he described about the great Lord Neel Madhav. You know, Neel means blue, and Madhav, it is a name of Vishnu. So he is called Neel Madhav, the blue Vishnu. So he explained, he described the glories of Neel Madhav and how he was worshipped at Nilachal. Nilachal is also known as Blue Mountain. Neel means blue and Achal means mountain. And he said that this mountain is situated where it in Orissa, and although he gave all the description. So after describing all the glories of Neel Madhav, the pilgrim, the devotee pilgrim, he disappeared. So now King Indradumna was very fascinated, very attracted by the narration of that pilgrim, and he longed to take the darshan of the Lord. He longed to take the darshan of the beautiful Neel Madhav. So he asked his chief priest. The kings, they have a chief priest in their court. So he asked this chief priest, okay, please find out more about Lord Neel Madhav. I would like to go for his darshan. So the chief priest, on the request of his king, he sent his younger brother. His name was Vidyapati, and he sent him with few of his followers to the divine Nilachal mountain. So Vidyapati, he reached the forest in Shavaradweep, on which is on the banks of Mahanadi, and this is the place where the Shabaras live. And the Shabaras, they are the devotees of the Lord. And so when they saw Vidyapati, they welcomed him. And you know, the king of the Shavaras, I just told you now, the king of the Shavaras was Vishwavasu. And he also received Vidyapati with great joy, and he welcomed it like anything. He gave him a place to sit, and then he arranged for water to wash his feet, and he offered him asana, and he began to prepare prasad for him. But Vidyapati, he had that intense desire that I want to see the Lord, I want to see the Lord. And that was his only concern. He said, I don't want anything. I don't want any fruits. I don't want any cooked food. I don't want anything. My only purpose is to see Lord Neel Madhav, and for this I have come. So I want to see him as soon as possible. So saying this, he said that let's go. And so he inquired about Neel Madhav, and Vishwavasu also promised that I will show you Neel Madhav the next morning. But Vidyapati was so eager, he was not ready to wait only till the next morning. So Vishwavasu decided that he will take Vidyapati to see Neel Madhav without wasting a moment. And then they started their journey. They were walking and walking and walking through the forest. Whole night they were walking. And after a long, long walk through the forest, Vidyapati and Vishwavasu arrived at a place called Rohini, where there was a kund, and that kund was Rohini Kund. So Vidyapati, he took his bath in the Rohini Kund, and a little away from Rohini Kund, there was a very special banyan tree. That special banyan tree known as Kalpavata. And Vishwavasu, he said that just by resting under the shadow of this tree, not even the tree, just by resting under the shadow of this tree, the Kalpavata tree, one would be free from all sinful reactions of killing a Brahmana. And in between the tree and the pond, there is a grove where Lord Neel Madhav is residing. He said that. Okay. And so he said, please go and take darshan of Lord Neel Madhav, because by taking his darshan, you will become free from all sinful reactions. So Vidyapati, he then went and he took the darshan of Lord Neel Madhav. It was such a beautiful deity, and he felt so blissful. He sat in front of the deity and he chanted the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He had never ever experienced such bliss in his entire life. And after some time, Vidyapati, he went outside and he saw Vishwavasu was waiting for him. He was sitting under that banyan tree. And so Vishwavasu said that now your life is successful. You have taken the darshan of the Lord. So, but he said that we can't wait over here for long because we have to go back now to the ashram before it gets dark. So they started for the ashram. And then after coming to the ashram, then Vidyapati was offered prasad, and he was treated very royally with many, many nice offerings. And Vidyapati, he was like very surprised to see so many opulent preparations. He had never tasted such delicious prasad. So Vidyapati, he asked Vishwasu, from where have you obtained such heavenly prasad? It is so tasty, so tasty. Please tell me the secret. So he said, Vishwavasu said, yes, I'll tell you the secret. He said that Indra and other demigods, the Gandharvas, they always come here and they worship the Lord. They chant for the Lord, they dance, they offer him bhoga. And what you are tasting is actually the bhoga which was offered by the devatas. And that is why it is accepted by the Lord. The Lord has put all his mercy in the prasad, and that is why it has become even more tasty. So, and by offering this prasad, one becomes free from old age and disease. And prasad should be accepted. And he also said that how should one accept prasad? So prasad should be not accepted as just any normal food that you're eating. Prasad should be accepted with a lot of devotion, with a spirit of servitude, thanking the Lord for giving us his mercy. So then, hearing the glories of the Lord's prasad, Vidyapati, he became ecstatic. His hair stood on end, and he literally had tears in his eyes. And he felt himself to be a very fortunate person. So prasad actually means mercy. So when we accept prasad with a lot of devotion, with a lot of love, then what happens is we become purified and we become more joyful and we become more happy. And the Lord is like, he has mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, Pratram Pushpam Phalam. Anything you offer to the Lord, but with love and faith, then the Lord accepts it. And he puts all his mercy in that prasad and gives it back to us. So then after having prasad and resting for a while, Vidyapati, he returned to the kingdom of King Indradumna, and he described everything to the king. The magnificence of the deity of Nilmadhav. He described how the demigods came every night and sang and danced for the Lord. And he presented the king a garland, which had been offered to Nilmadhav. And the king was very happy receiving that garland. And after listening to Vidyapati's all the details given by Vidyapati, King Indradumna, he could not control his eagerness. He just wanted to see Nilmadhav as soon as possible. Just then, what happened? The most celebrated devotee of the Lord, of Lord Narayan, he arrived at King Indradumna's palace. And Indradumna, he immediately rose and welcomed this saintly guest. Can you all guess who was that saintly guest? Any guesses? Who was he? So he was Narad Muni. So the king expressed, he told everything to Narad Muni, and he said that I want to take the darshan of Nilmadhav. So can you please guide me? And soon, so Narad Muni agreed, and they left for Nilachal. The priest, Narad Muni, and Vidyapati, and all his followers, they left for Nilachal. So now to take the darshan of the Lord is like, so when you take the darshan of the Lord, when you take the darshan of the deity, so we should also we should not go into the temple and just push and pull each other if it is crowded and all. So there is no need to push others, because you know why? We should approach the deity in a very humble and prayerful mood. Pushing each other, pulling each other, the Lord is not happy. Because you know what? More than we seeing the Lord, it is important that the Lord sees us. So one time, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, who is the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada, he was telling one of his disciples that he always took darshan. One of his disciples asked that why do you always stand behind and take darshan? Why don't you go ahead? You should go ahead, no? When he visited Jagannath temple. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, you know what he said? that let Jagannath see me. Let him cast his merciful glance upon me. So Jagannath, when I stand behind, Jagannath is going to look at Garud, because Garud is a great devotee of Lord Jagannath. He is a great devotee of the Lord. So when he sees at Garud, automatically Jagannath will see me. So I need not go ahead and break the line and means push the crowd and go to see the Lord. It is more important that the Lord sees me. So that is why we should also try and be humble when we go and take the darshan of the Lord, and we should not push each other, pull each other, and we should always pray to the Lord, "Oh my Lord, please cast your merciful glance upon me." So this is how we should take the darshan of the Lord. But what happened is, when King Indradumna, he reached the destination where Neel Madhav was there, he was in for a great shock. You know why? The place where the deity of Neel Madhav resided, uh, it was now covered with golden sand, and Neel Madhav disappeared. So the king was he was shattered. So Narad Muni, he comforted the king, and he told him that the Lord, he will soon manifest himself to give you darshan. So don't worry. So he asked the king to perform 1,000 Ashwamedh Yagyas, horse sacrifice, and follow all the instructions of Lord Brahma. He said Lord Brahma will himself give you the instructions while doing these sacrifices. So at that time, there was a divine voice from the sky which said that in this world, I will not give you darshan in the form of Neel Madhav, but I will manifest in the form of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, and Sudarshan Chakra. So he said that the divine voice said that you should wait near Chakratir. Chakratir, and there a daru. Daru means wood. Will come. It will come afloat, and I will manifest in that form. And that wood will have signs of Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, and it will be seen by everyone. That form, with the signs, and you should take that log of wood, and you should make 4 deities from that log, and then you will be able to worship me. So this was the divine voice which was heard by the King Indradumna. So then soon the divine log appeared as mentioned by the divine voice, and it was brought to the king in a nice golden chariot. The king, he worshipped that log of wood. He called many expert sculptors and carpenters, but none of them could carve the log of that. None of them could carve the deity from that log. So then the Lord himself, he manifested as Vishwakarma, and he came to King Indradumna, and he agreed that I will carve the deities, but on one condition. He said to the king that no one, literally no one, should enter the carving room for 21 days till I am finished with my work. If anyone opened the door before this time, the deity carving will remain incomplete. So King Indradumna, he agreed. He agreed to whatever the sculptor had to say. So every day, like, the king was very eager. So every day he was like pacing back and forth in front of the closed doors, and he could not hear any sound only of carving. So then he was wondering कि कुछ हो रहा है कि नहीं काम अंदर, कि ऐसे ही nothing has started yet. Already 15 days had passed. So now he became very inquisitive, and he was like, from the door, he was putting his ear near the door, and he was trying to hear कि वाह कुछ तो धीरे धीरे आवाज आ रहा है क्या, let me check, but no sound was there. So then his queen, her name was Queen Gundesha. She thought that the carpenter is old, he must have died inside. 15 days without food and water, who can survive? So she asked the king to just open the door and check and find out whether the carpenter is alive, what is happening. So initially the king, he did not agree. He said that no, we should follow his instructions. Now only 5-6 days more, we will wait for him to come out. But the queen, she kept on insisting, and at last he opened the door. And as soon as he opened the door, what does he see? The sculptor had vanished. 3 wooden forms remained behind, and they seemed to be half finished. And the king was like, oh no, what have I done? And he decided that I'm going to give up my life. This is not done. Because of me, the carving has remained incomplete and all. Suddenly, he heard a voice, unseen voice again, which said that don't worry, because you opened the door before 21 days expired and you did not keep your promise, the deities will remain in this form only. But you can start worshipping them. You can bring Lord Brahma and from Brahmalok, and you should install these deities. So hearing these words, King Indradumna, he became very satisfied, and Lord Brahma was called to install the deities, and ever since they are being worshipped with great opulence and with great devotion. So this is the story of the appearance of Lord Jagannath ji. I hope you all like the story. So, but one question: why did the Lord appear in this extraordinary form? So there is a very beautiful pastime which describes why did he appear in this form. So everybody knows that Lord Krishna, he had 16,108 wives in Dwarka. So then what happened? So and his wife, they were like, they were so loving, and they were giving him so much attention. They were taking care of Krishna so much. But yet Krishna, in his sleep, often he would cry, Nanda Mahara, Nanda Baba, Yashoda Maya. He would cry the names of his different Gopa friends, Sudama, Soka Krishna. Sometimes he would cry out to Radha, and sometimes he would cry out the names of different gopis. So the queens, they were very confused, and they asked Mother Rohini, okay, why is Krishna behaving so strangely? We are taking so good care of him, and still he is calling out to the people of Vrindavan. So Mother Rohini said that you cannot understand only Krishna's love for his devotees. You know, the devotees of Vrindavan, they are very simple. They are not royal like you. They are not living in grand palaces, and they are not living in so much opulences. And so the queen said that we want to know more about them. We want to know more about the Vrindavan devotees. So then Mother Rohini said that, okay, I'll try to explain to you. I'll try and describe some of his pastimes, but I'm afraid that what if Krishna and Balram, they pass by from here, and if they hear, what will happen? And if they hear about his pastime, they will not stay in Dwarka even for a moment. They will go back to Vrindavan. But the queens, they insisted. They said, no, we want to hear about these pastimes. So please tell us. So then Mother Rohini said, okay, fine. And all the queens, they gathered together in a big hall. And Mother Rohini, she suggested, let Subhadra Devi stand and guard at the door, so that when Krishna and Balram come, she will inform me and I will stop speaking. So Subhadra Devi, she stood at the door, and Mother Rohini, she began her narration. And while standing at the door, Subhadra Devi, she became so absorbed in hearing about the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan, that she forgot herself that she is guarding the door, and she became stunned. Her hands and legs, they shrunk into her body, and her eyes became very large. And meanwhile, Krishna and Balram, they came there. They saw, what is wrong with Subhadra? Why is she behaving like this? And what has happened to her form? And they started wondering, and they also stood by the door, and they listened to Mother Rohini's narration. And within moments, they also became stunned in ecstasy, and even their hands and legs also shrunk into their body, and their eyes became big, so very large. Literally, their divine bodies, hands and legs, they withdrew within their divine bodies. So during this time, Narad Muni came, and he came there, and he was so happy to see this beautiful form of Krishna, Balramji and Subhadraji. And so he requested and he prayed to the Lord that please manifest this extraordinary form of yours on the earth, and the devotees should be able to worship this form of yours. So that is why, this is another reason why Lord Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadraji, they appeared in this form. So I hope you all like the stories. So do you all want to hear more? Yes or no? So we have with us Gopal Leela Prabhu, and he will tell you some more pastimes of Lord Jagannath ji. So over to you, Gopal Leela Prabhu ji.
Thank you so much, Daksha Mataji. That was so amazing. The way you explained. Am I audible? Yes, no,
Yes,
yes,
yes, yes.
yes. Thank you so much. All right. It was so amazingly you explained. Actually, we were completely involved, and we were completely absorbed in that entire pastime. So wonderfully you explained the nitty gritties of each and every pastime. Thank you so much. I know that you have heard so nicely, all the children, all of you, Mokshit, Sham, Taruni, Arush. You can see all of your, I can see all of your faces. Request everyone, if you can keep your videos on, that would be nice, where we can interact with all of you. And ensure that you can make notes, because in the end there is a small activity for all of you. There'll be some questions which we will be asking all of you, and where you have to answer. Okay. Sham, do we have rains in your house? Oh, no. Okay, fine. All right, because you're with your umbrella, so I just thought whether it is coming from your window. All right. Okay. Let's. So as I mentioned in the start, we have. This is how we have explained. This is we have categorized our entire pastimes. How we plan to take it, like Rath Yatra and Puri and um, related temples stories. Then second is stories around Rajapur ISKCON, Rajapur Jagannath ji. Then we have stories from devotees of Lord Jagannath, and some pastime from Jagannath when he came in ISKCON. Okay, when we installed Jagannath ji in ISKCON. All right, let's move. The first one, which is around a story of a great devotee called Karmabai. Can we move the slide, please? Yes, thank you. All right, next one. Yeah, the previous one. Okay, thank you. All right, so Karmabai, there was one great devotee of Lord Jagannath, and she was a daughter of Dodi. His name was Jivan Dodi, and they were from Rajasthan, which the district name is uh, Nagaur district. So it is from the, she was from the Nagaur district, and one day Jivan Dodi and his wife wanted to go to Pushkar for having some wonderful uh, temple darshan and visiting various places nearby Pushkar. So then they requested um, their daughter that if you can take care of house, and we have Jagannath ji, if you can offer every day how the way your mother offers the prasad. So on the similar lines, if you can offer prasad to Jagannath ji. So she said, yes, definitely, Mama Papa, you please go ahead and take wonderful darshan. I will nicely take care of this house as well as Jagannath ji. She was somewhere around in 6th standard or 7th standard, like all of you are there. So similarly, so when they left, she started praying to Lord Jagannath, cooked wonderful khichdi in the morning, and she offered to Lord Jagannath. She went outside, came back. The plate was as it is. There was no prasad, like Jagannath had not taken it. Actually, Jagannath or Lord can take prasad from his eyes as well, right? The way we generally offer, he accept through eyes. But she wanted to have that. You always take prasad from my mother's hand. Why you're not having it? So every now and then, two times, three times, she went outside. She came back, but the prasad was as it is. Then she started telling, why, please Jagannath ji, you please have it, because every time, every day you are having this wonderful prasad made from my mother's hand. So if you don't have it, then I will feel very bad. And immediately Jagannath ji came, and he said that, Arey, you have not put the parda, and without putting parda, how can I have it? So immediately, Karma Bai, she was just a small girl, Karma, she put a sadi around it, and immediately Jagannath ji came. Jagannath ji had prasad, and entire plate was finished. And then after some time, after some days, this used to happen every day. Every day she used to put lot of ghee, lot of good in that khichdi. It was a kind of a uh, uh, spicy and sweet khichdi mixed together. So after some days, the parents, Jeevan Dodi and his wife, they came back. They saw that so much of ghee, so much of good, so much of jaggery was finished. And then the mother of Karmabai asked, where is so much of ghee and so much of jaggery had gone? So Karmabai said, actually, I felt that Jagannath ji is not having it, so I started putting lot of ghee and lot of jaggery in that, and then Jagannath ji started eating. So they were shocked to hear all of this. So Karmabai said, "Don't you trust me? See, I will cook it tomorrow and I will offer it to Jagannath." And the next day, she cooked wonderful khichdi and it was offered to Jagannath. And to their surprise, entire plate was finished by Lord Jagannath. And then they understood that what is the level of their daughter. So she was a great devotee of Lord Jagannath, and slowly, steadily, when she grew old, she was married, and at very early age, her she lost her husband, and in her last days she went to Puri and she settled down there. And every day Jagannath ji used to come, and this lady Karmabai, every day in the morning she used to cook khichdi, and Jagannath used to come in the morning, early morning. He used to come there, used to have lot of khichdi, and used to go back. And this was happening on everyday basis. And one day there was one sadhu who came, and this lady Karmabai, what she used to do, without taking bath, without brushing the teeth, she used to do the she used to just get up and she used to cook the khichdi. And while brushing the teeth, she may use that same what is that neem ka stick to rotate inside the khichdi. So that was, see, so that's why I said in the start of the session itself, you have to keep the logic aside. So this is all matter of love. And if you see all these wonderful rituals which are going in Jagannath Puri, it is just because of wonderful relationship with wonderful devotees. So this is probably in the end I will reveal what is that ritual which happens in the Puri. So here that sadhu instructs Karmabai that this is not the way you should cook khichdi. You should take bath and you should dress up nicely, do entire cleaning of the room, and then you should cook for the Lord. So she was a simple lady. She said, "Yes, Sadhuji, I will from tomorrow onwards. I'll do the same thing." So she started, and she started taking bath. And in the meantime, Jagannath ji came, and he saw that Ma, as in like he used to call Ma Karma Bai as Ma. Ma is still taking bath. So he again left. After some time, again he came and he sees that Karmabai is cleaning the house. Then the third time he comes, now the khichdi is kept. Fourth time he comes, then the khichdi was there. So immediately he eats and he goes, and this was happening on everyday basis. Every day he was getting late. In the meantime, there was in the Puri Jagannath Puri temple, the pandas are ringing bell, but he is not able to open the doors. Right, the doors are not getting open. And some days this is how it happened. Like he used to eat khichdi immediately, and he used to immediately run back to the Puri temple. And then Panda saw that all the devotees of the pujaris of Lord Jagannath, they saw that there is khichdi which is there on the face of Lord Jagannath. And then Lord Jagannath came in the dream of head pujari. He said, "This is what has happened. This sadhu had come and he has instructed Karma Bai. These are the rituals she has to follow. These are the wonderful different cleanliness process which she has to follow. Please instruct that she doesn't have to follow anything. She has to just whatever she used to do earlier, let her do it. So immediately that head pujari uh, gave that message to Sadhu, and Sadhu came back and gave message back to Karmabai that you can, whatever you used to do, just keep doing that, because it is all about love. It's all about love, because you had so much great love for Lord Jagannath. Lord Jagannath used to come, and he used to have wonderful khichdi made by your hand. So then uh, then this again that process started, but over a period of time Karmabai left her body, and then Lord Jagannath was weeping. If you can see, this is the third photo where Lord Jagannath is weeping, and he was not having any prasad. And then the king of Puri came, and he started begging to Lord Jagannath, please, please accept prasad. And then Jagannath said that, yes, I would have, but my mother Karmabai, she left her body, and I'm not getting khichdi. Every day I'm having khichdi in the morning. Now I'm not getting that khichdi. So from that time onwards, every day early morning is a khichdi prasad which is offered to Lord Jagannath, and this is everyday basis. So this is the ritual which started because of Karmabai. So this is a wonderful story. This is one of the part which we explained, that we would be covering the story of devotees of Lord Jagannath. Okay, we will move forward. Just check the time. It's 7:26. We have last 4 minutes. Probably we will take the next two stories in our next class. But I want to have a um, quick revision of the entire thing what we have done, and I will ensure. Let's see if you can put your answers on the chat. I am going to explain that. Uh, okay. Okay, Pooja Mataji is saying that yes, we will be sharing the PPTs. That's you don't have to worry on that. We will be sharing that um in our mm, in our WhatsApp group. Okay, let's quickly jump to our quiz. So quickly, I want to see. Let me change the view. I want to see all the children. Okay, and I'm quickly, you have to raise your hand. I am going to unmute, or probably you can put it on the chat box itself. Okay, are you ready for the quiz? Yes, no, yes, yes, yes. Okay, Sham is perfectly ready. Okay, and who else, Arul, Randi, Arush, Harina, thank you so much. Okay, all right, let's start. The first question on your screen. It is not on your screen. I'm going to explain that. Okay. All right. The first question is who was the king? The name of the king. What Daksha Mataji explained. What was the name of the king? The entire story. Okay. Put it on the chat box. Yes. Puja Mataji, Kartik, Harina, Shah. Yes. Indra, Sham, Karunya, Veni. Thank you. Radhe, Balram, wonderful. That's right. Indra Dumnya. Thank you so much. All right. Quickly, the next question. Who was the head of Shabara? Who was the head of Shabara? Shabar caste. Shabar caste. Who was the head of the Shabar caste? Yes. When you got it right, Vishwa Vasu. Harina, thank you so much. Yes, Karthik, you got it right. Radhe, Sham, perfect. All right. Next question. The next question is who was the minister sent by King Indradumna to find Neel Madhav? The name of the minister. Yes, Karunya, Karthik, Harinath, perfect. Veni, you got it right. Vidyapati, Arush, thank you so much. All right, next question is which um all right um where who okay what was the speciality of who told the stories of Vrindavan Leela to all the wives of Lord Krishna? Yes, Kartik, Pooja, Harinath, Shyam, Akshara, perfect. You got it right, Rohini. One question where you need to raise your hand because this is a special question. Why this special service was given only to Mother Rohini? If you want to raise your hand, okay. Yes, Shyam, go ahead.
Because she was in she was in Vrindavan before.
Yes, you are right. So she was the only lady, or she was the only personality who was present in Vrindavan as well as in Dwarka. Okay, she was the only devotee who knew both the pastimes, Vrindavan pastimes as well as Dwarka pastime. Okay, quickly, who is Rohini Mata? Who is Rohini Mata? Yes, put it on the chat box. Chat box. Chat box. Who is? Yes, mother of Balram. Thank you so much. Okay, tell me the name of father of Karmabai. Father of Karmabai. Father. Yes, Puja Mataji, you got it right again. It's Jeevan Dodi. Yes, Harinath. Perfect. You got it right. Yes, Sham. Thank you. All right. The next question. Uh, Quickly, we have last 2 minutes. Okay, what is the name of Lord Jagannath? What is the name of Lord Jagannath? What is the name of the chariot of Lord Jagannath? Sorry, my bad. What is the name of the chariot of Lord Jagannath? Is Nandi Ghosh or Garuda Dhwaj? Okay, it's Nandi Ghosh or Garuda Dhwaj. All right. Okay, next one. Name of the Kund where Vidyapati took his bath. Name of the Kund where Vidyapati took his bath. Kund. Yes, Radha, you got it right. Radha, Harinath. Yes, Rohini Kund. Thank you. Thank you so much. Where that log appear, Lord Jagannath, before that was carved, where it was appeared, there was one place, that place name. Do you recollect that place name? From there, the log was taken and then it was carved into Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadramai. What was the place from where that log of wood was picked up? It's Chakra Tirtha. It's Chakra Tirtha. Okay, got it right. Okay, Chakra Tirtha. All right, thank you so much, all the children. We will move. We will see you again on Monday. So request all of you. There is a small announcement that we will be joining from Monday onwards. We will be joining at 7. It is the class will be from 7 to 8 IST time, Indian Standard Time, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Anyone has any questions, comments, queries, clarification? We will take another 2 minutes. If you have any questions, clarification, suggestions, if yes, you can raise your hand and then I will unmute you. Anything? Harina, do you have any questions? Anyone? Okay. Daksha Mataji, any last comments from your end?
No, thank you. Thank you all for being a great audience. See you all on Monday, 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hari Bol.